So if you saw Marvel Shang-Chi and were like, wow, there is a lot of interesting new concepts, ideas, and crazy new things that come with the character of Shang-Chi, you might be surprised to know that many of these elements are actually huge parts of the Iron Fist lore and story. So let's talk about how Shang-Chi was able to make the best of Iron Fist and Shang-Chi's lore and merge them, and at the same time set up a clean and proper reboot of the Iron Fist. So first and foremost, let's start out with the most obvious, the safest one. People that have seen Iron Fist on Netflix might even recognize it, and of course it's straight from the comics, and that is cities in other pocket dimensions that sort of exist out of phase with our world. In Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, we learn of the village of Talo. Now, this village can only be accessed once a year, and only at that time can you access it through a secret path. This one just so happens to be through this forest that continues to change direction and the entryway when you're trying to get inside of it. And that's only accessible through a predetermined path once a year. Others that know the entrance in there can access it at any time. Now, over on Iron Fist, the mystical city of Konan is the same scenario, just every decade. And when it comes to Marvel Comics, Konan is one of the 7 capital cities of heaven. And each city is hidden in the same exact way and is proficient in different martial arts and magic that is familiar to those within it. Again, just like Talo. Another big one that connects it straight back to Konan and Iron Fist is the Great Protector Dragon. The dragon whose heart, coincidentally enough, is able to be controlled by Shang-Chi. Well, that's not how that dragon was in the comics, but they've changed it coincidentally enough to be like the dragon from Iron Fist, where he, or whoever becomes the new immortal Iron Fist, which is the thing that you do in Konan, you have to face the dragon and take its power. Well, this is exactly what we see with Shang-Chi and Talo and the Great Protector. Now also, when it comes to the 2 different cities in general, there's actually a huge difference. Konan was created to protect Konan and the other cities that are hidden from everybody on the outside, meaning the basic humans. Now, Talo is the opposite. It's meant to sit here and protect our universe by keeping this dragon locked away, and having the Great Protector protect everything around it. The Great Protector in Shang-Chi is willing to listen and grant its power to those it sees as fit and who can carry its powers and be a protector, while in Konan, the dragon will only give it to you if you show that you are the best fighter and can defeat it in combat. Now, before somebody angrily types out in the comments that Talo is not one of the 7 cities of heaven, okay, that's fine, but I want you to go back to the Infinity Stones and tell me how exactly those match up to what they actually are in the comics, and the way they presented them before they started introducing a few retcons into the comics to try to line them up with the MCU. Huge liberties are taken with these, because you need to change things for the sake of outdated source material or a new direction. Remember, people did not at one point believe that the scepter was an Infinity Stone. Well, look at how that turned out. Same with the Cosmic Cube and the Ether for that moment, or the Ether, I can never remember how to say that because the Dark World. And of course, with recent rumors of the whole Heroes for Hire reboot happening, what better way to reintroduce a new Iron Fist from another pocket dimension through maybe bringing Shang-Chi as sort of a vessel for that concept that people already understand, and just going into the new Iron Fist and rebooting it clear cut. I honestly believe they used major parts of the Iron Fist lore because it's going to be easier to reboot Iron Fist through Shang-Chi than try to do a clean cut reboot. It just makes sense, and the evidence is, as I just presented it, crystal clear.